Welcome to Google Sheet Studies with Railsware. Here we present the best approaches to data analysis for you to build successful products. In our last video, we have learned the basics of conditional formatting in GSheets. Today we will learn how to highlight duplicates, how to use more advanced custom formulas, and also how to use your spreadsheet as a checklist. Watch this video till the end to get a bonus feature, a new one in GSheets. I've added timestamps in the description of this video. You can jump to any specific topic anytime. Let's first see how to identify duplicates based on a single condition. We will use our client payments dataset to practice. Create a copy of your practice sheet using a link in the video description. I've also added the key formulas I will present today. If you miss anything, feel free to use those. I want to highlight cells containing the same client names to see if there were multiple payments from each client. For this, we use a custom formula. But before we jump to the conditional formatting itself, let's review the logic behind that. For now, I will hide other columns with data as we want to use those. I need to identify how many times the same client name is presented in the dataset. For this, let's use the COUNTIF function. This is a conditional count function. First, I will test it in a new column. Let's call it Name Duplicates. We type in the formula, equality sign, COUNTIF, open parentheses, select the range to analyze, A2 to A, and check how many times A2 is presented there. Close parentheses and hit Enter. You see that Smart Talk is stated twice in the range. If the value is presented more than once, this is a duplicate for us. So let's modify our formula. Add is greater than 1. As a result, we get true. To expand this calculation to all of the rows we have, we first need to fix the analyzed range so that it stays the same when we drag the formula. I put a $sign before the column index and before the row index of the range. The column index is a letter and the row index is a number. I should also lock the column index of the criterion to easily copy the same calculation to other columns. But I will leave the row index of the criterion unlocked, as I want it to change for each row. Once done, I drag the formula and we see false and true results for each row. Conditional formatting uses the same false-true logic. Copy the formula from row number 2. Now, let's highlight the duplicates. Select the column A, Format, Conditional Formatting. Double-check the range. It should start from A2, as we have headers in row number 1. Select the custom formula and paste the COUNTIF formula we wrote. The custom formula in conditional formatting acts as an array formula. It expands the stated calculation to the selected range automatically. This is why you don't have to copy it for each single row. So here are the duplicates in column A. Let's unhide columns B to J. To mark the whole row as a duplicate based on a single condition, use the same formula, but change the range you apply formatting to, A2 to J. Make sure that the column index of your criterion in the custom formula is locked. If you don't lock it, the formula will compare the analyzed range A2 to A to each new criterion from columns B, C, D, and so on. Once I lock it, the whole row gets highlighted. You often want to see duplicates based on multiple conditions. For example, I want to identify duplicated transactions. I will search for the same company name, the number of users, payment amount, and transaction date. Let's use these 4 parameters to identify the duplicates. Let's first create a helper column and call it Transactions Duplicates. We can use the same logic as in our first example. We need to check if all 4 parameters in each line have a duplicate in the dataset. Let's first do it for the row number 2. Type a quality sign, COUNTIF, open parentheses, select the range to analyze. Let's start with names A2 to A and the criterion A2. Log all the indexes in the analyzed range and the column index only in the criterion. Close parentheses, put greater than 1 and hit Enter. Now we want to apply the AND logic for all 4 parameters, so that the analyzed dataset matches all of those, not just one of those. First, wrap the whole formula into parentheses. Now, we copy the same COUNTIF function, but change the column index for each. We now need columns G, H, and I. For better readability, let's use indentation and place each new COUNTIF formula in a new row. Connect all of those formulas with an asterisk. Asterisk works as an AND operator in this case. Hit Enter. 1 is equal to true and 0 is equal to false. Do not mix it up with the number of duplicates in the dataset. You can now drag this formula to copy for each row. And here are the results. Let's copy this formula and use it in the conditional formatting. Go to Format, Conditional Formatting, select the range to format A2 to J. Use the custom formula and paste the one we've used in the helper column. We do not log 2, as we want the custom formula to look at each row in the range. Select the red color and click Done. And here are our duplicated transactions. How can we highlight only extra duplicates in the dataset using conditional formatting? Let's have a look at how does it work for a single condition first. For this, I will hide columns B to L again. We will apply this approach to multiple conditions a bit later. Use the same formula, COUNTIF. As a range, we first select the A2 to A2, so this means the same cell. Then check if it is equal to A2. Log all column indexes in this formula and the row index for the start of the range. Soon we will see why we need this strange syntax. Drag this formula down. Now, each new formula in this dataset has an expanded range. This is because we did not log the row index of the end of the range. For row number 5, the range is A2 to A5. For row number 9, A2 to A9. When you reach your first duplicate, it shows that there was more than one value like this in the range. But for the first value, it shows only one. Values greater than 1 are the extra duplicates. Let's check if each value is greater than 1. Add the formula in row number 2 and drag it down. We get a true-false answer if each value is an extra duplicate. Copy the formula, go to Format, Conditional Formatting. Select the range to format, A2 to A. Use the custom formula and paste our copied formula. As you remember, conditional formatting automatically expands the calculation if any index is not locked. Select the red color, and here come our duplicates. Unhide the columns we have. Let's expand the range we apply this formatting to, A2 to J. You see that the whole row gets highlighted in case the client's name is an extra duplicate. Now, let's use multiple conditions to highlight extra duplicates: name, users, payment amount, and the transaction date. Let's apply the same approach as we did in our previous example. Wrap the whole formula into parentheses, copy the formula, paste it and connect with an asterisk. Add the second formula. If the first one is looking at the names, so column A, the second one should be looking at users, so we change to column G. You see that one of the Truva transactions is no longer highlighted. This is because there was a difference between the number of users in the transaction from November 5th, 2018 and from May 17th, 2019. And the last transaction from Truva is highlighted as it has the same number of users and the same name. Add payment amount, column H, and the transaction date, column I, as additional criteria. Connect all with an asterisk. And here are the duplicates based on multiple conditions. Add as many conditions as you want with the help of this easy-to-use approach. One more trick by GSheets. If you want to clean up duplicates based on extra columns right away, go to Data, Remove Duplicates, put a mark that we do have a header row, and select the columns to analyze. Let's use the same A, G, H, and I columns. Click Remove Duplicates. This function uses the AND logic, so the values should match all of the selected criteria to get removed. And now we have the unique transactions only. This dataset was created with the help of Coupler.io, a service that helps to transfer data safely between various platforms like GSheets, Airtable, Pipedrive, and many more. Check it out in case you want to build smooth data flows and have analytics at your fingertips. You can use all of these approaches in many other contexts, not only when using conditional formatting. In our next videos, we'll review even more formulas and functions. Don't miss it! Subscribe to Railsware YouTube channel, and if you have learned anything new today, press like. Railsware is a product studio. Since 2005, we have shaped our own know-how in product creation. Railsware helped many US and EU startups to turn into multi-million-dollar companies. Contact us to build your next software solution from the ground up.